Capricorn, this May is igniting some new and exciting passions for you, especially towards the end of the month. We do start off with a bit of a rocky note, I'm not going to lie. We start off with a total lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio on the 5th, and we also have Mercury retrograde in Taurus until the 14th. So while things start off a little bit rocky, it really is leading into a new and exciting direction. On the 16th, we actually have Jupiter entering into Taurus, followed by a new moon in Taurus on the 19th. Both of these movements really do indicate a time where we are able to ground and get our footing again, especially after the first part of this month, and kind of the end of April as well. We've been in sort of this tough window. And for you particularly, this is what's really sparking passion and maybe even bringing some exciting changes to your love life, or a new creative project, or just something that is lighting you up. If you're excited for this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you're always up to date with what's in the cards for you. For those of you who are brand new to this channel, my name is Michael, and I utilize tarot and tropical astrology to intuit monthly forecasts for your zodiac sign. For those of you who are ready for a deep dive, you can find links for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions in the description of this video, as well as links for all of my other social media accounts. Capricorn, while I was connecting with your energy, I did actually pull the Wolf card. And whenever I see this card, there is this issue or this thing about community and identity and like, where do I belong? Who do I connect with? I really feel like this actually makes a lot of sense because we do have the lunar eclipse in Scorpio happening in your 11th house. And this is the part of your chart that actually rules over social networks and your hopes and dreams and your kind of community, if you will. So there's a lot of focus here, and there might even be changes that are happening between you and friends. There could honestly be like a loss of a friend group or friendships that are no longer really resonating with you. That's one way I could really look at this Wolf card. And it's causing you to look at your friendships or your social connections in a different way. And also, the Wolf card does remind me of being of service to others. You know, it's not just about serving your own interests, but also who are you trying to serve? Who are you trying to be working with? Who are you a part of? Who is the community that you are supporting and who supports you? These are all going to be really, really big questions for you. I am going to shuffle some tarot cards for you as well and kind of continue talking about the astrology because this eclipse is really, really important. It's actually the last Scorpio eclipse that we have, kind of wrapping up over a year-long cycle. We do have one more eclipse in Taurus in October, and then we are in a totally new eclipse cycle of Aries and Libra eclipses. We actually had our first Aries eclipse in April, as you may remember. And this was really kind of a turning of a chapter, and now there are things that are ending, and your own priorities could really be shifting as we are entering into this new cycle. The full moon in Aries is actually considered to be in its fall because, or I'm sorry, the full moon in Scorpio is considered to be in its fall because Scorpio can be a very intense energy. It's all about death, transformation, and rebirth. There's a lot of alchemy and sexuality to it as well. There's just a lot of intensity, and that can be very hard for the sensitive moon energy or sensitive lunar energies. What's beautiful, though, about May is that, again, we have the new moon in Taurus on the 19th. We have Jupiter entering into Taurus on the 16th. And the moon is actually considered exalted in Taurus. So while there is that sting of intensity right at the beginning of this month, things really do level out. And it's actually a very lovely energy by the end of this month. And there's a lot of expansion, a lot of growth. We do actually have the Devil and the Chariot both coming out in reverse for you first here. I'm going to be honest, it feels like some of you rushed into something that wasn't meant for you. And you might be realizing this at the start of the month. And that could be part of this kind of disruptive energy or this maybe challenging energy. And it's like you're kind of seeing patterns that you might be repeating. And so there's a lot of introspection here, and specifically patterns that you have with friends or with your relationships is something I'm getting. Let's actually clarify this energy a little more. I always feel like these cards fall on the floor. I guess I just don't give myself enough space. Maybe that's something for you too. Maybe you need to give yourself more space, Capricorn. Give yourself a little more space than you think you need. Or give yourself more than you think you need this month. Because you might be underestimating something. Woo! Interesting. Hard time grabbing a hold of this card here. We will get to that in a moment. Overall, the energy is Empress and Knight of Cups. What's beautiful, though, is like there really is this romantic, dreamy kind of energy here. And I actually feel like even though there was some sort of lesson that you've had to learn, I feel like there's a lot of beautiful things you are reaping in the month of May. Let's clarify this a little more. Yeah, I feel like some of you have had to do some healing with the Three of Swords and kind of having to put your heart back together again. I feel like you're learning about how to have healthy relationships. Or how to just have a healthier relationship with yourself. And the way that you take care of yourself. That's also something that's coming up for a few of you as well. Overall, we do actually have a very lovely energy this month. And I think it's almost like a lot of the time when we talk about healing, or at least honestly, when I talk about healing on this channel, it does bring up like kind of the work, right? But I actually feel like this month for you, Capricorn, it's like you're seeing how much you've healed and you're enjoying something. You're enjoying something. And it's okay to take your time. Don't feel like you need to rush into relationships or rush into things. Take time to smell the roses with these two cards. And just enjoy things. Don't try to predict where things are going. Don't get too lost in that. Don't keep watching one tarot reading video after the other. It's okay. It's safe. You're safe. I do feel like there is a perspective shift that's happening here with the Hanged One. And what I actually get with this group, I feel like a lot of you charge into relationships, or on the flip side, you might leave relationships very quickly, maybe both, because there's this discomfort with ambiguity. And instead of trying to define things or anticipate where everything is going or where everything will lead or how successful things will be, because this doesn't just have to be about relationships, but I feel like it is for a lot of you, there's this energy of just letting things kind of unfold organically and naturally, and that is actually challenging for this group. And it's funny because the King of Cups was the card I pulled last. This was the card I had a really hard time grabbing a hold of. And this is all about emotional composure and maturity. Feeling your feelings, but not being so swept up in the current. Not getting pulled out to sea here either. The King of Cups also kind of feels like the expression, still waters run deep to me. So this is someone who feels very deeply, but isn't necessarily someone who's outwardly expressive, or you don't necessarily, they're not going to like lash out or get super angry or upset easily. They can manage their emotions, is what I'm trying to say here. So I feel like there's a lot where it's like you're learning to be more comfortable in letting things just play out. Very, very interesting. And that might also be something that's happening for you. Something I just got. There might be a situation that's happening with you in a group of friends or a social circle where it feels like you might want to interject or mediate. But honestly, it feels like you're supposed to just kind of be on the side here. And even though that might affect you, it might slow things down for you or make things a little uncomfortable for you. It's important to not cross your own boundaries or other people's boundaries. Because I feel like there's a lot of beautiful things on the table here. And the thing I'm getting from Spirit right now is like, the reason a lot of you feel like you need to mediate or kind of interject is actually a control issue. It's how you feel in control in situations by kind of like dealing with other people's emotions or trying to find resolutions to things. That's very interesting. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below if that resonates for you. I literally felt like a ringing in my ear when that came to me. Let's pull some more cards for you. I want to pull an oracle card. What is the oracle message for Capricorn? Show us clearly, please. Any other messages for Capricorn? Any other messages for Capricorn? Interesting. Interesting. So two pretty different energies coming out on the table at once. The first card is Weight of the World, and it's boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. We were just talking about this. Yeah, I feel like there's something with boundaries and maybe even codependency that's coming up this month, but it's coming up in a really unusual way, actually. Because again, it feels like it's actually coming up with like friends. Maybe it does come up with dating too, but it's like it comes up in a lot of your relationships, I think, the pattern that you're being made aware of. The other card I actually have, though, is Jump In, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So this is interesting because it's like enjoying life. Like it felt. Let me actually sit with this card for a minute because it feels like this has a different take. I actually want to read this. No. What I'm really getting with this card is like saying yes to yourself, giving yourself permission. That feels really important. And it's not about like trying to get everyone on the same page because people probably aren't going to be on the same page right now. Mercury's retrograde. People are really, really stubborn. And it's like you just got to do what you want to do. And it's okay if other people don't jump with you. Because I feel like some of you are trying to get other people to maybe go on a trip with you or to embark on something with you. And like with the Devil and the Chariot in reverse in the past, part of this also feels like maybe the thing you tried to rush was like getting other people involved and like trying to make things happen as quickly as possible or trying to rally something together. that wasn't actually aligned. And like, there's something about letting things flow with the Knight of Cups. And you don't actually need other people to do the thing that you want to do or to have the experiences you want to have this month. Even though I do feel like this is a really romantic month for you overall, it almost feels like you're playing a little hard to get, Capricorn. Because you're just doing what you want to do. And if people want to go after you, like, let them chase you a little bit. Oh my god, that's so funny. My cat just like jumped in as I said that, like, let them chase you. He's trying to play with his sister. Yeah, play hard to get. That is so funny. Anything else? Anything else for Capricorn for the month of May? I want to pull one more animal card. That feels good. What are the messages for Capricorn? Let yourself play. I think that's what Benny is trying to say. Any other messages for Capricorn? The Elephant. Leading the way by example. That is something I'm really getting very strongly with this card. Also looking at the Wolf card together. You know, elephants do travel in a herd, often matriarchal. And it's like carrying this fire, carrying this wisdom, this light. And there's like this unstoppable energy. And it's like you find the right people by doing right by yourself. When you are on your path will naturally cross with the people who are right for you, Capricorn. Whether that is your friendships, whether that's your romantic relationships, whatever type of relationship this is, you don't have to go reaching or trying to control or anticipate or, I guess, stretch yourself like beyond your own boundaries. I feel like some of you have done that in relationships in the past. Like, you've worked too hard for relationships, honestly. You kind of just need to let things happen, and you need to let things happen very organically. But it's funny because I do feel like some of you are meeting new people this month, or you're finding this fun little spark, and it's like, just enjoy it, just play with it, you know? Jump in. Anyways, Capricorn, that feels like all the messages for you this month. I hope that this was helpful. Again, be sure to hit like and subscribe and the bell notification. I really, really do appreciate it, and it does help me continue putting out these messages for all of you. There are links in the description box if you'd like a personal reading or a distance Reiki session, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, have a happy and blessed May. I'm sending all my love your way.